neighborhood and the street that the beer was made on. And I can drink the beer with you guys, for example.
Yeah. Cheers.
So here, guys, let me tell you guys a little bit about the neighborhood. I've been drinking, so I'm a little bit warm right now, so I'll speed up for you guys. So the neighborhood, you guys are in Pullman, okay? Historic Pullman's right across the tracks. Technically, this is Kensington Village or Roseland, but it's all part of historic Pullman. So if you guys haven't been to or after the tour, I suggest you guys go for a little walk or drive around the Pullman neighborhood and check out the old architecture. So Pullman was built in 1880 by George Pullman. It was the nation's first planned industrial town. What that meant is that the Pullman workers worked in the Pullman factory, making the Pullman sleeper cars. They lived in a Pullman house that was owned, by the Pullman factory. They spent their Pullman dollars at the Pullman store. Their kids went to the Pullman school. And when they died, where'd they go when they died, JT?
See, I'm paying attention. They went to Pullman Hell.
They went to Pullman Hell, exactly. That's an actual quote from one of the workers. It says unknown who said it, most likely because the guy didn't want to get fired. But the reason we believe that quote was true is, the Pullman workers, they had indoor plumbing, they had flower gardens, they had things that were unheard of for the working class in 1880. But when they got here, they found out they had to live under Pullman's rules as well. Not only the unfair wages, but also no alcohol for his workers, right? Can you imagine that? We say nay, right? Right, JT?
Yeah.
Imagine 10,000 mostly European immigrants uprooting their family, moving to the world's most perfect place to live, and when they get there, they can't get a beer. Oh, I thought there was car coming this way. There's an old law in Pullman that's illegal to drink beer out of a bucket while sitting on the sidewalk, okay? And that's, I guess, because the Pullman workers, they'd walk over here to Schlitz Row, okay? You guys are on Schlitz Row right now. So in 1907, Joseph E. Schlitz purchased these 2 square blocks around right here from the Pullman factory, and he built Schlitz Row. This was the largest non-production facility outside of Milwaukee. I think we got a car coming, guys. If he waves, we all have to drink. Hey, we all got to drink. So Schlitz purchased these 2 square blocks around in 1907 and built Schlitz Row. There was bars, brothels, gambling, everything that was good or bad, depending on what you like, happened on these 2 square blocks. It was the original walk of shame. The Pullman workers, they'd walk through the alleys because they didn't want their neighbors knowing where they were going. If you were headed this way, you were headed to trouble. Sir, you've been on a few walks of shame, I can tell. It's still pretty much a cowboy town. I mean, look at us, we're all drinking beer on the street. Not even on the sidewalk. And I got 2 beers. It's still that way. JT grew up right down the street. We're kind of surprised that no one ever took a pop shot at our horse heads up there. So our building, the Argus building, this is the former Schlitz horse stable. This is the building that housed the horses and the carriages that would deliver the beer, through to the bars throughout the south side here. When I hear a car behind me on the street, I'm waiting for the person to take off down here. Has anybody been on this tour before?
Yes.
It's my brother.
If you guys haven't been on this tour before, okay, at the very end, let us know if this one's like any other brewery tour that you guys have been on. Because if it is, we're pretty much doing it wrong. We want you guys to feel like you're at home, hanging out at a friend's house, drinking beer. And I guarantee we're not going to run out of beer here. We'll be on the 2nd floor today. And I don't know, JT, I'm thinking we're going to do an express tour today. There is going to be an actual brewery tour on this tour, but we'll go up to the tasting room and drink some beers first, and then we'll show you guys around the brewery, okay? So Argus was founded in 2009 by Bob and Patrick Jensen, the owners and co-founders. They're a father and son team. They were brewing in their basement like a lot of home brewers do. One thing kind of led to another. They decided to start an actual brewery. And that's when Argus Brewery was founded in 2009. Now, Bob and Patrick, they owned this building prior. They were using it for some real estate stuff. So they just naturally decided to start the brewery, here. At that time, they didn't know that the building was an old Schlitz horse stables. They thought it was an old Chicago firehouse. And if you look at it, it looks like it could be an old Chicago firehouse. So imagine, opening up a brewery and then later on having some guy named Nick, me, knocking on the door telling you the building's history and the street's history, finding out that you started a building in old Schlitz horse stables. It's one of those meant to be kind of things. So I'll drink to that.
Cheers.
We have no trains that came by today. Normally we wave at the train, and that determines how many beers you guys get upstairs. But that one guy waved to us in the car, so that's 100%, right?
There you go.